Hello everyone, welcome to the third video of AP. So far in the last two videos, we have discussed the basics of AP like the terms of an AP, the common difference, the nth term of AP, etc. So let's have a quick revision on this. Now we know the general AP series looks something like A plus D, A plus 2D and so on, right? What is this A? A is the first term and a plus d is the second term. Similarly, a plus 2d is the third term. Okay, and the series will go on like this, right? So a is basically the first term here. Okay, now what is d? D is the common difference. Okay, and how can we calculate the common difference? See, we can calculate the common difference by using any two consecutive terms of AP. For example, if this is the second term and this is the third term, I can calculate the common difference by subtracting the second term from the third term. Okay, likewise, I can subtract the third term from the fourth term. Okay, so D value will remain the same. Okay, right. Now, what if I say I need to find the nth term of AP? Supposedly, my AP series goes on like this and I have n terms in my AP. Okay, so I need to find the nth term, that is the value of the term that lies on the nth place. Okay, so this is given by A plus n minus 1 into D. Now, where A is the first term, n is the number of terms in an AP and d is the common difference. Okay, so we already have discussed these things in the last two videos. Now, supposedly I say I need to find the sum of all the terms, or I can say sum of the n terms of AP. If I have n terms in my AP, I need to find the sum of all the terms. So what would be the sum of the terms? So the sum of AP of n terms is given by n by 2 2a plus n minus 1t. Okay, so where n is the number of terms in AP, right? Number of terms in AP. Okay, and a, as we know, is the first term and d is the common difference. So this formula will give us the sum of first n terms of AP. So I hope this much is clear to you. Now we will do some questions related to the sum of first n terms of AP. Now in this question, it is given that in an AP, if the fifth term and the 12th term are 30 and 65 respectively, what is the sum of first 20 terms? Okay, so we are given the fifth term and we are given the 12th term and we need to find the sum of first 20 terms, right? So here we have n is equals to 20. Why 20? Because we need to find the sum of first 20 terms, right? And we have the fifth term. Okay, what is the fifth term? It is equal to 30, right? And we have the 12th term as 65, right? Now we have the formula for the nth term, right? What is the formula? It is equals to a plus n minus 1d. So from here, we can see that the fifth term, that is equals to a plus n, that is equals to 5 minus 1d is equals to 30. Or I can say a plus 4d is equals to 30, right? Similarly, here I can say a plus 12 minus 1d is equals to 65, or I can say a plus 11d is equals to 65. Okay, now see, we don't have the values of a and we don't have the value of d, right? And in order to find the sum of first 20 terms, we need to have the values of a and d. Now see, I have two equations and I have two variables. Two variables, that is, one is a and one is d. So by using both the equations, I can find the value of a and d. Okay, so let's solve both the equations. This is the second equation. What I'll do here is I'll perform the subtraction. Okay, so it would be minus 7d is equals to minus 35, or I can say value of D is equals to 5. That is 35 divided by 7. Now that I have found the value of common difference, I can find the value of A. So A is equals to 30 minus 4D, or equals to 30 minus 4 into 5. That is equals to 30 minus 20 is equals to 10. Fine. So now I have the value of A, that is 10, and I have the value of D, that is equals to 5. And we know the sum formula, right? Sum is equals to what? N upon 2 into 2A plus N minus 1 into D, right? What I can do is I'll substitute the value of N. I have the value of N, I have the value of A and D, right? I'll I'll do the substitution process. So N is equals to 20 divided by 2. A, that is equals to 10, right? Plus N minus 1, that is equals to 20 minus 1 into D, that is 5. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll solve it. So it would be 10 into 20 plus 19 into 5, right? Okay. So what I will get here is equals to 10 into 20 plus 95. So this is equals to 10 into 115, and the final answer is 1150. Fine. So the sum of the first 20 terms of an AP would be equal to 1150. Okay. So I hope this question is clear. Let's move on to next question. Now in this question it is given, find the sum of first 28 terms of AP when the first and the last term is given as 18 and minus 49 1 by 2. Fine. So we have an AP series and we are given the number of terms. So the number of term given to us is 28, right? And we have the first term as 18 and we have the last term as minus 49 1 by 2. That is equals to, I can write it as minus 99 by 2. Okay. Now, one thing to note here is that if in an AP, the number of terms are given along with the first and the last term, and the common difference is not known to us. So in that case, we use the sum formula as sum is equals to n by 2 into a plus l. Okay. So now here, everything remains the same. That is, n is the number of terms, a is the first term. Now here L is the last term of the AP series. Okay, so we can use this formula when we don't know the common difference, or we don't have the series of AP and we cannot find the common difference, and we do have the first and the last term, right? Now here in this case we have the number of terms, we have the first term, and we have the last term, right? So we can substitute all the given information and we can find the sum of the series, right? So what would be the sum? This is equals to, we have n is 28. So 28 divided by 2. What is A? 18. And plus minus, it would be minus 99 by 2, right? So I'll solve it. So it would become 14. Okay. And I'll take the LCM. So it would be 2 and 36 minus 99. So it is equals to 14 into minus 63 by 2. This is equals to 7 into minus 63. And the final answer would be minus 441. Fine. So the sum of the first 28 terms of AP when the first and the last term is 18 and minus 49 1 by 2 respectively would be minus 441. Okay. So remember this formula. It will be very useful to you all. Okay. So let's move on to next question now. Now in this question, it is said in a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. Fine. So let's suppose this is a bucket and it is filled with potatoes, or it is empty maybe. And this point is A point, right? And the first potato is lying here, which is, we can say, B point. The second potato is lying here, which is C point, right? So the first potato is 5 meters apart from the bucket. Okay. And the next potato is 8 meters apart from the bucket. Fine. Let's proceed ahead. Now there are 10 potatoes in a line. So overall there are 10 potatoes, okay, which are kept in a straight line. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it and drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato and runs to the bucket to drop in it. And she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. Now, what is the total distance the competitor has to run? So, what is the question trying to say here? See, if a competitor is standing here, okay, so she will run here, okay, she will reach to the point B, she will pick up the potato, she will come back and she will put the potato in the bucket, and then she'll run again, okay, and at point C she'll pick another potato and she'll come back. Fine, now what we need to do is we need to find the total distance that is covered by the competitor, right? uh, and she need to pick up 10 potatoes, okay, that are kept in a straight line. Okay, so let's proceed with the solution. Okay, now to understand this, first of all, let's see the distance that is covered by the competitor when she goes and picks up the first potato. Okay, so distance covered for first potato. Okay, yeah. So what would be the distance if the runner is going this way, right? It is 5 meter and she will come back. Okay, so it would be 2 into 5, that is equals to 10 meter, right? Okay, so distance covered for the second potato. Okay, so now see, it would be what? 5 plus 3. Okay, it is one way, and because she will come back to the bucket, therefore she need to cover this distance twice. Okay, she will come here once and she will go back. So that is equals to, we can say 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 to the 60 meter. Now in the third turn, what she will do is she will move, how much she'll move? 5 plus 3 and into 2, right? That is equals to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 into 2, that is equals to 22 meter. Okay, now can you see a pattern here? A pattern is forming, right? 10, 16, 22. If you see, there's a difference between these two numbers, right? What is the difference? 16 minus 10, that is equals to 6. Again, there's a difference between these two numbers, 22 minus 16, that is equals to 6. Okay, so can we say that this is an AP series, right? We have AP series now, and the difference is given as 6. We have the first term as 10. What about the number of terms? Okay, so we know that the number of potatoes lying in a straight line are 10. Therefore the number of n would be equal to 10. What we need to do is we need to find the sum of the distance, that we need to find the total distance covered by the competitor. Okay, so we need to calculate the total distance. So we will apply the sum formula. Okay, so sum formula is equals to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so fine, we'll substitute the values. It would be 10 upon 2, 2 into a, that is equals to 10. Okay, and plus n minus 1. What is n again? So I can write 9 here directly, and d is equals to 6. Okay, so it would be 5 and 20 plus 54. So this will be equal to 5 into 74. So is equals to 370 meters. Okay, so 370 meter distance will be covered by the competitor in order to pick all the potatoes. Okay, so she will come and she will pick up the potato and she will move, go back to the bucket, and she will again come and she'll pick up the another potato. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now in this question, it is said a spiral is made up of successive semicircle with centers alternately at A and B, and starting with center A for radii 0.5 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, and so on. What is the total length of such spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? Okay, so basically this question is again from NCERT exercise 5.3 question number 18. Okay, Now see, what we have here is we have a spiral, okay, and the spiral has 13 consecutive semicircles. See, you can see the first semicircle. This is the first semicircle, right? This has the radius of 0.5 centimeter. Okay, the second semicircle goes on like this. Okay, and it has the radius of 1 centimeter. Again, the third semicircle is this, and the radius for this is 1.5 centimeter, and the process will go on up till 13 consecutive semicircles. What we need to do here is we need to find the length of the spiral. What is the length here? See, this part, this is length, okay, and this, what is this? This is circumference of a semicircle. Okay, so let us start with the first semicircle. Okay, so we have this as the first semicircle. What is the circumference here? Circumference of first semicircle. Okay, we know the formula for the semicircle, that is equals to pi r. Okay, so I'll keep pi as pi, and the radius is equals to 0.5 centimeter. So that is equals to 0.5 pi. Okay, now I say circumference of second semicircle. Now the radius changes here, right? So what is the next radius? It is 1 centimeter. Okay, so I'll put it 1 into pi, that is equals to pi. Okay, now the circumference of third semicircle. Now the radius changes to 1.5 centimeter. So it would be 1.5 pi. Okay. Now see, if I goes on like this, it will be a very tedious process, right? To calculate all the semicircles and then to add up. So can you see a series forming here? See, I have the first number as 0.5 pi. Okay. The second number is pi. The third number is 1.5 pi. Okay. Can you see a difference in these two consecutive numbers? Yes. See, it is pi minus 0.5 pi, that is equals to 0.5 pi. Okay. Again, if we see, there's a difference between these two numbers, that is 1.5 pi minus pi, that is equals to 0.5 pi. So yes, we have an AP series here, right? So we can find the sum using the sum formula. Okay. Now here we have A. First term, what is the first term? That is the first circumference of the semicircle, that is equals to 0.5 pi. What is the common difference? We have the common difference at 0.5 pi. Okay, and what is the number of turns? Okay, so it is 13 consecutive semicircles, so the number of turns would be 13. Now I'll put all the values in the sum formula. So that is equals to n by 2, that is 13 by 2, 2a. So what is a? 2, 0.5 pi into 2 plus 13 minus 1, that is I can write 12 directly, into d, that is 0.5 pi. So in the next step, what I am doing is I'm taking out pi common. Okay, so it would be 13 to 2 pi, and inside it would be 1 plus 12 into 0.5 would be 6. Okay, so now I'll substitute the value of pi, that is equals to 22 by 7, and this is 7. Okay, I'll deduct these terms. So this is equals to 143 centimeter. Fine. So the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircle would be equal to 143 centimeter. So I hope all the questions are clear to you. And so basically we have covered the basics of AP here, the nth term, the sum of n terms of AP. And with this, I have completed this topic. So all the basic questions of NCERT are covered in this. Still, if you have any doubt, you can post in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching my video. Hope to see you soon.